Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be doing another pick a card reading, and this time it'll be about what blessings and opportunities are coming for you in 2025. So first off, I do want to say sorry for the delay to those who are subscribed to my channel and who are watching it around the time that I upload this. I've been kind of busy lately with family, so I haven't really got the time to sit down and do a reading here, but I'm back and glad to do another reading for you guys. Okay, so let's see. You can skip straight into the pile selection here. I'll give a close-up on each of the indicators here, so don't worry about that. I'll be shuffling out the cards here first, starting with the tarot. Okay, that was too much. I'll take these three. These two cards want to come out for group 3 as well. It's totally okay. So we do have the Page of Wands here, so the Page of Wands could be significant. This one talks about adventure, and pages are all students, like in the tarot, so could be kind of getting more into that student mindset, but more from a passionate standpoint, more from an energetic standpoint. So that could be a little message for some of you. Doesn't have to be. Okay. We have your rest at the back of the deck. So maybe some of you may be feeling quite tired, especially if you're watching this around the time that I upload this, which would be kind of like after the holidays. So it would be like January right now. My thing is also like a little message of like take a break when you need to, because when you get started like in the year, it feels like you kind of want to do a lot of things, especially with New Year resolutions. So I think that's just kind of like a little message of to take care of yourself and definitely get enough rest so that you can go after your goals here. With the Page of Wands earlier. And one last deck, and then we'll get straight into the pile selection part, and then straight into the reading. Okay. That's a lot. I'm gonna take these two. Taking this one, so okay. So at the back of the deck we have honesty is essential, speak with love and truth. So there's also the number 38, so 38 could be a significant number, it doesn't have to be. But with the honesty is essential card, I'm just kind of getting that message of like being authentic and just kind of like being honest with your words and with your actions, whether it's with your friends or your family, speaking your truth. I feel it can be quite important as well. That's just a little message there. Doesn't have to necessarily resonate. If it does, then you can take it. But if it doesn't, you don't have to really acknowledge it much. It's just a little mini message there. Okay, so I'll do a little close-up of the piles that we have here, and then we'll get straight into the reading. Okay, so this is the pile selection part. So we have 3 groups here. We have the first group, Friends Forever. This is a fridge magnet here, and it's wooden. So that's for group 1. Group 2, we have this little stone painting thing. I believe this is Aphrodite. And for the third group, we have this rabbit fridge magnet, and it has a little like chipped, it's like chipped off here. So you can choose based on the numbering or by the indicators that I've put on each pile here. And with that, let's get into the reading. Hi group 1, so if you chose this Friends Forever fridge magnet here, then this is your reading. Welcome. So we'll be looking at what blessings and opportunities are coming for you in 2025. But before we get into it, I'm gonna roll this die 3 times to get months that may be significant in 2025. So this is just a little extra thing I'm doing. Doesn't have to necessarily be significant. So we got 3. We got 3 again. So maybe March could be a month that's really important. We got 12. So December. And we've got I think this is October. Yeah, October. For a minute I forgot. But yeah. So October, December, and March could be significant. Specifically maybe March because we had it twice. So yeah, let's get into your reading. Let's start off with your tarot cards. You have the 9 of Pentacles. You have the World. You have the 10 of Swords. And you have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so in 2025, first thing I'm kind of seeing with the 9 of Pentacles is that you may be getting more time to yourself. I'm getting a little bit of a message of like self-care, but there's also a message of like being independent. In work or in school if you're still in school. I get that there's abundance here with the 9 of Pentacles, like you've kind of got yourself together here and you can just kind of relax and be comfortable here. And I feel like with the World card, especially like with the imagery that's shown here, it again kind of furthers that message of like being comfortable and having yourself together and being able to possibly like afford certain luxuries here. And I feel like there's gonna be like a sense of completion here. But with 2025, with the 10 of Swords, I feel like there's gonna be some stuff that's definitely going to end of some kind, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. The 10 of Swords can talk about like a painful ending towards something here, but I feel like there are opportunities here, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, but it's gonna be slow. It's I'm kind of getting that message of like slow and steady wins the race here. Like something that's really meaningful to you may be ending in 2025, but I'm seeing that there is gonna be more opportunities for you to shine on your own, to really be abundant, and also that self-care message here. So maybe some of you don't quite believe that you are abundant or that you are skillful in a certain thing. I'm also getting that message of like don't compare yourself to others and kind of like for example, if you see kind of someone, like maybe a friend or family, for example, and they're just like really enjoying themselves and they have so much time to themselves, and stuff like that, it's like, or like maybe for example, if like on social media you see like all these posts from your friends or from your families of them just kind of like enjoying their life, or things seem to be very comfortable for them, I'm just kind of getting that message of like, you don't get to really see what's behind the scenes there. Like, you only get to see what they kind of want to show you, you know, all these good things. Because, you know, like with social media, it's not like people um post like, I wouldn't say like their ugly sides, but like certain things that they're not proud of or anything like that. You know, they always put like their best face forward. I think that's the expression, not sure. But they basically have their best front out. So I'm getting that message of like, don't judge a book by its cover, you know, and to kind of focus on yourself with the Nine of Pentacles here. Focus on yourself, just keep doing you, you know. And with the Knight of Pentacles, it may be that you have like a certain goal here, or you're kind of planning something here, and I get kind of like it's maybe more career focused. So the message here is kind of like to keep going with the Nine of Pentacles, but to kind of take it step by step, to not rush into anything, to kind of get all the facts right first, and to also be careful of like external factors, like something that may look appealing, but under the surface there's a lot of complications. So it's just kind of saying to be wary of that a bit, and also to just keep going on your own way here, to keep I get this strong message of like to keep focusing on yourself and your little goals here, and also just taking it steady, one step at a time, to not rush into it, so that you may achieve your dreams and your goals here. One of the opportunities could be that you just feel a lot more freer in 2025. I mean, with the Ten of Swords, there is definitely like that painful ending of some kind. The Swords usually talks about more of the mind and your thoughts. So, whatever happens in 2025 that may be like really painful, and that can be really heartbreaking, it's just kind of saying that it too shall pass. And I know it's kind of hard to hear that, but especially like in the moment, but it's just kind of saying to keep going slow and steady, one step at a time. You don't have to get over something quickly or anything like that. Like if you feel heartbreak or just some sort of pain here, or maybe like overthinking or worrying, it's just kind of saying to process those feelings. You know, you don't have to, you know, kind of quickly touch up and be like everything's fine here, and you know, and stuff like that. Definitely take that time to take care for yourself. And you know, in the beginning I did get that little message of like needing rest, so maybe some of you really do need, again, that rest or that break, to take it steady. Because I feel like definitely one of the things here is that rushing into something is rushing into something when you're kind of like in this Ten of Swords state, it's just going to confuse you more, and it's just kind of saying to process those feelings, kind of ground yourself a bit, you know, and kind of just enjoy this time that you have with yourself, you know, kind of relax, take a break, maybe start seeing the things that you already have, you know, and being grateful for them. I'm also getting this little message of like to kind of be in that energy of like you already have your goal here. Like whatever dream or goal you may have here, it's kind of saying to be in that energy as if you already have it, you know, as if you've already achieved it, you know, with the World card, as if you're already complete here, you know, because I feel like that's one of the things that can kind of really help pave the way here for what you kind of want to achieve in 2025. So let's see what other cards you have here. We have Growth, which which makes sense because Pentacles is earth energy, and I was getting that message of like being more grounded, and going steady with something, because you know how like with plants, like different plants, they have their different like durations of when they're gonna really bloom, you know, like kind of like with flowers and stuff like that. So it's just kind of saying like everyone blooms at their own little time, so you too are gonna bloom, you know, but it's um in due time, you know. I feel like divine timing maybe playing a part in this as well. But it's just kind of way of like being grateful and just being in the moment, just kind of enjoying the stuff that you already have, would be really kind of beneficial here in 2025. So let's see what else we have. We have back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. Yep, it's kind of like what I was saying about like just kind of like sitting with yourself and just kind of looking at what you've already accomplished, what you already have, and also kind of maybe even just dreaming about what the future could be like and what you really kind of want to achieve for yourself. To kind of reevaluate certain things, because I feel like with this Ten of Swords here, it's like something's gonna like end for you, like something that was really meaningful. I mean, just take it as it resonates, because it's gonna be like very different for every one of you. This is just a general reading, but essentially it's kind of just saying that to kind of take it steady and to kind of just not necessarily plan things out, but just to kind of wonder and kind of look inside yourself a bit and kind of ask yourself, you know, what are the things that I really love doing here, and what are the things that are kind of leaving me stuck, or kind of confusing me, or burdening me in some sort of way. I have like one card from another deck here which talks about like dreams and delusions. So essentially it's just kind of like to kind of differentiate, or to kind of differentiate and just kind of have this ability to manifest your dreams into reality and not your delusions. So I think with the world here, I feel like like most of you will have the ability to manifest your dreams into reality, but with the Nine of Pentacles, it's gonna take some time, because it feels like maybe some of you are like confused on what you want to do here, you know. Whatever this Ten of Swords relates to, it's just kind of like saying that that things can be kind of confusing here, and that, you know, maybe certain things you wanted are actually not what you really wanted in the first place. Like maybe, for example, it's something that your family wants, or maybe something that your friends have maybe not necessarily coerced you into, but kind of planted that seed inside of you, because like maybe they're doing that thing and you're like also considering of doing the same thing that your friend is doing. I mean, you did pick the friends forever little fridge magnet here, so friends could be significant here for you. I didn't mention it earlier, but there is the number 3 here. So again, we got 3 with the die eat earlier, so like March could be significant, or just the number 3 could be significant. Because it feels like there are definitely opportunities for you in 2025, but it's kind of saying that you have to kind of look inside yourself a bit, because all the answers that you're looking for, they're all within, and they're not external. You're not gonna find the answers of like what your dreams are and what you should really go for from the external things. Now, the world does talk about travel. I forgot to mention that. So maybe if some of you feel like going on vacation, going on holiday, it could be a little sign to maybe, you know, go for it. It doesn't have to necessarily be like overseas. It could just be like going to a different city, you know, or a different state, just to kind of just you know, relax and kind of unwind a bit. Could really help. And it feels like when you're in this period of just being in the moment and just kind of being in the moment, being independent, and just relaxing here and not trying to rush anything, it feels like it'll be a little bit easier for you to kind of figure what are the things that you really care about here, that you want to really manifest into reality. Because it feels like you'll definitely get like that ability to manifest your dreams and not your delusions here. It feels like there's gonna be like with the Ten of Swords here, even though it does talk about like a painful ending, it feels to me like it's like, again, it's like the completion of something. The World and the Ten of Swords, it talks about like something completing, so it feels like you may be getting clarity, but it's gonna be like in an unexpected way, so you're not gonna really be able to tell or to figure out exactly when or how you're gonna know what to do next and what dream or goal you should pursue here. It feels like it's just gonna happen naturally, like with the World especially, it's just gonna happen naturally. I'm also getting that message to trust in yourself as well. To trust in yourself and to look inside yourself as well. Maybe even looking back into your past, into your childhood and what you used to do as a kid, because it does say back to what you love. So maybe in your past there could be something significant there that could really help you out with kind of like achieving your dreams here. So with the last card we have here, we'll be looking at, this is like a yes or no sort of deck. So if you have a question here that you'd like to answer, that you'd like for it to be answered, then this could help. It doesn't have to be. Or even if you don't have a question at all, this card could clarify what we've kind of talked about here. So we got yes with an exclamation mark. So yeah, it feels like there are dreams and there are goals that are going to be achieved here. But it's gonna be very grounded. It's gonna be very like slow and steady with this. It kind of feels like you have that power within you. Like you got like the world in your hands to accomplish what you set out here. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it's again kind of like it's not gonna be like straight away. It's not gonna be straightforward, you know. So yeah, definitely take your time throughout 2025. That's one of the advices that I have here. Take your time and to also allow yourself to process certain feelings, certain thoughts, no matter if they're bad or really good. And give yourself a break when you need to. And yeah, that's all I have for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Hi group 2. So if you chose this little stone fridge magnet here, then this is your reading. Welcome. So Aphrodite, or just like Greek mythology, may be significant here because you did choose this this fridge magnet right here. Maybe some of you are really into the arts or are in a creative field when it comes to work or school. But yeah, that's just a little extra confirmation there. It doesn't have to necessarily be significant. So before I get into the cards, I will be rolling this die 3 times to look at significant months. You can take it as it resonates, because these are just a little extra something that I wanted to do. So we have here 12, so December may be significant. We got 12 again, so December is kind of highlighted for you in 2025. We've got April with 4, and one last one. We got 12 again. Okay, so I think let me just roll it one more to see if there's any other month that may be significant. We got November. So I think November and December may be significant, as well as April. but mostly December is kind of really highlighted here. So let's just see what's coming in for you in terms of blessings and opportunities in 2025. So we got the Tower. Don't be alarmed. We've got the Five of Cups, yeah. Five of Cups. Oops, okay. And we have the King of Wands. Okay, so with these 3 tarot cards here, it feels like there's definitely gonna be something that shakes your world in 2025, or it could be, or it could have already happened with this Tower card here. It essentially kind of talks about like something that you couldn't have expected and something that you couldn't have really changed. It's just something that's very sudden. I'm getting that little like image of, you know, like how Dorothy from like the Wizard of Oz, like kind of like how the tornado kind of just like you know, sweeps her like right away in the house, I believe. I think that was like all in her head in a dream, but essentially just kind of like that feeling of just like it was so sudden, you know, you couldn't have expected it, and it just kind of blows you away, you know, and it really shakes you. And it could be really frightening as well with the Tower, but usually just talks about very sudden change, you know. And it kind of breaks like this little like this tower here. So something that maybe wasn't necessarily stable in the first place, like maybe it was a bit rocky and something just kind of needed to happen to it because it wasn't stable in the first place. But essentially it feels like there's also a loss with the Five of Cups here, a feeling of grief. Now this will be different for every one of you. So like with the Tower, with the sudden change and the feeling of grief here, it's gonna be different in terms of like specifically what kind of happened here, or what's gonna happen here in 2025. But one of the things I'm sort of getting is take that time to heal, like with the Five of Cups here. You don't have to rush straight into big projects or anything just yet. It feels like you are with the King of Wands, but it feels like in this stage of grief and loss and stuff like that, kind of just sit with that for a while, just to process things, because the Tower can be really like it can be very like sudden, very frightening even. So just kind of saying to process everything that kind of happens here, but also to kind of remember that there are still opportunities waiting for you, even if you can't quite see it in this moment here with the Five of Cups. So again, I get that message of like you don't have to rush to immediately be recovered here. You can take your time to just process things, to just rest up. We did get that message of resting up earlier when I was shuffling the cards. So I think that's just kind of like a general message of taking that break when you need to. Taking that break and just sitting with your emotions and going through that healing process so that you'll be able to be energetic and be invigorated later on with whatever this may be here, like with work, with school, or with maybe something creative or something that you're passionate about with the King of Wands here. But with the King of Wands here, it feels like they're like kind of planning something, like they're strategizing, like with this imagery here of the King of Wands. I'm getting that message of like the sun will come out again and you'll be able to be right back on your feet and just keep going on with something here. Maybe some of you may be fire signs or water signs, because we do have cups and wands here. So water would be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and wands would be sorry, fire would be Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So those could be significant signs. They don't have to be. But let's just see what our cards have to say here. We have happiness. So that kind of makes sense with the message I had about like the sun will come out again. So it feels like there are going to be definitely happy times for you. I think that kind of fits well with the King of Wands. Like there's going to be passion, there's going to be creativity, and there's going to be, most importantly, happiness. You're going to feel good. But again, to kind of I'm getting a bit of that message of like to have hope in yourself, even when things feel like really tough and really challenging. Take a step back, take that break, and also kind of have it in your heart that there are going to be better opportunities after this. Like maybe for some of you just could have talked about an opportunity, something that you were really looking forward to, and then that dream or that goal was just shattered. There will be other dreams and other goals that you'll be able to achieve. There'll be other opportunities that will come your way. I have one card from this deck, which is, I think, like attracts like. So it's essentially kind of just like when you kind of bring more love into the world, and when you are just like in that more loving and caring energy, then that's exactly kind of what you get back. It's a bit kind of like karma. So just kind of seeing that that whatever this Tower and this Five of Cups may be talking about, it's not the end of the world here. It's not the end of something here. Like there may be like new beginnings here, and new opportunities, new goals, new dreams that you could go after here. Because the King of Wands does not give up. Like they're very passionate, they're very ambitious, especially like with this card specifically, with the King of Wands. And they just kind of go forward with something here. But the King of Wands, they can't quite go after something if they're kind of like in the energy of Five of Cups here, like if they're feeling really tired, lethargic, or very like emotionally disturbed, or just like they definitely need their rest. It's kind of like what I'm trying to say here. Everyone kind of needs their rest, their sleep, even like with the King of Wands here, who kind of looks really like almost like flawlessly just confident here, like they've definitely had their challenges here, but the thing about them is that they're down, but then they get right back up once they've kind of healed and take time for themselves here. Nobody is perfect. That's one of the messages I'm getting here. And there's no shame in needing that break for yourself, or just kind of not being able to be passionate or be creative just yet, Because this King of Wands energy, this passion and this creativity is gonna flow within you when the time is right. So let's see what other cards we have here. We have faith. Trust your faith in the situation. So we've got a lot of like butterflies here. So I think transformation. It feels like you are definitely going through a transformation here. And it can be really scary when you're kind of changing to something new here, going after new things, going into unfamiliar territory here. But it's kind of saying that to have a little faith in this situation, to have a little faith in yourself, most especially. Have faith that you can get your energy back. I'm having a little bit trouble speaking, so maybe some of you maybe have trouble speaking, or maybe you're just, again, kind of like in this Five of Cups energy, or kind of in this energy of like you, I wouldn't say like you're not feeling creative, but more so that energy of like not much is happening, or like you just can't really quite get into that energy or get into that creativity. I mean, I would understand because I've had numerous times of writer's block, and it's just like you really want to be in that energy and you really want to get things done, but you really can't get things done if like first, like for example, if like if you're sick or if you're really tired, you know, or you're just like not feeling well because of like maybe a certain event that happens here. So it's just kind of saying that it's okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to just kind of sit something out and be like, you know what, I'm not in the mood, you know, I just can't really get into it, you know. Just trusting in yourself and giving yourself that break and that rest. If I feel like it's very essential here. Like I keep repeating it a lot, but I think that's really important for you guys here. So let's see. We've got miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. Then we've got the number 13 here. Oh, that's actually quite funny because this card has the number 12 on it. So 12 and 13. So yeah, it definitely feels like you're leveling up here. You're definitely like transforming here. Like maybe some of you feel like you're really stagnant here, or that you can't move on with something here. But I'm getting that message that you definitely can. You definitely are going to here. It's just kind of like whether you're kind of receptive to the energy or not. But I feel like most of you are going to be though. You know, once you've like really healed and really take this time for yourself to kind of sit with your feelings. Maybe some of you may need a vacation. Maybe a vacation could help you out with just like maybe relaxing, resting, or just again, as I said, taking that time off, you know, maybe from work or school, to kind of just not necessarily close you out from the world, but just kind of give you that opportunity to not be overwhelmed by like distractions or by what's happening with the world or what's happening with like your friends or your family or the people that you work with or go to school with. I do get a bit of that element of like mystery and surprise with your group. You know, with the miracles and blessing here, it feels like there are definitely going to be some blessings coming into your life here. But I think even with the tower, it's going to be, again, something that's very unexpected, something that's really sudden. I feel like your spirit guides here are like kind of cheeky. Like they're not revealing much here, but I think that's kind of like the beauty of it is like they kind of want you to experience it for yourself, because you know, if they told you how things were gonna work out here, then it would kind of ruin the surprise here, you know. I think one of the things that is kind of highlighted here is to be in the moment. To be in the moment, to really process things, and to kind of really just flow with life a bit. So yeah. And the last card we have is take action. So like if you had a question if you had a question about like coming into this reading, if you had a question about 2025, it feels like action is going to be taken here. Like there is like it's an encouraging message to just keep going here, and that you are kind of like on the right path here, and the actions that you want to take, they're gonna help you out here, you know. So again, it's kind of like that message of like having faith in yourself, trusting in yourself, and trusting that the actions that you will take here will not only benefit yourself, but maybe benefit other people as well. So yeah, that's all I have for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Hi group 3. So if you chose this rabbit fridge magnet right here, then welcome to your reading. So before we get into the reading here, I will be rolling out this dice here to look at specific months that may be significant. This is just a little extra thing that I'm doing. It doesn't have to necessarily resonate. So let's see. We've got October with 10. We've got September, I believe. September with 9. And November. Did I say November earlier? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm feeling a bit forgetful for this group, so maybe some of you are feeling a bit confused, or maybe some of you have a tendency to be forgetful as well. But that's just a little extra thing. So let's get into the reading with what blessings and opportunities are coming for you in 2025. So we have the Empress. We have the Ten of Cups. We have Judgment. And oh, we have 2 more cards. Okay, we've got the Six of Swords. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so far your group has the most tarot cards here, but I feel like it's definitely telling its story here. So yeah, immediately with the Ten of Cups, in 2025 you're gonna feel like very fulfilled with something, and this is mostly on an emotional level, or maybe even from like a creative standpoint here. But typically with cups it talks about emotions here. It can even talk about intuition. But with the Ten of Cups, it's this could have to do with family, like maybe family relations here. Things look very bright here, very peaceful, very loving. But essentially there's just gonna be like this fulfillment here emotionally for you. And with the Empress here, it feels like you're kind of regardless of gender here, it is kind of getting more into like that feminine energy, into your feminine side. Maybe some of you could be even having a baby here, because this lady is like kind of pregnant. Maybe some of you have pets, and you're just kind of feeling a lot of love from your pets here. It could be something as simple as that. But with Judgment here, it feels like certain truths are gonna come out here. With the Judgment card, it's kind of like facing the truth of something, facing the truth of yourself, in the sense of like maybe certain things you hide, or certain things that needed to be called out but haven't been addressed or called out. In 2024, you've kind of been having the sense of like not necessarily like something is missing, but it feels like something has yet to come out here and has yet to be revealed. It will definitely come in with the Judgment card. With this Judgment card, it can be a little bit scary for some people, because it's like, you know, really facing the truth here of the matter, and kind of just being really maybe even like really open, you know. It's kind of like the inevitable. I'm also getting like divine timing. The Judgment card reminds me of like divine timing, and just kind of things just like stringing along together. And it's like very open, very raw. And there's like nothing to hide here. Like there's no sense of like trickery here. I'm not getting that with any of these cards. Maybe there was a form of like trickery, mischief, or just like things that were hidden, or just like things that were missing. It feels like that's definitely gonna come out here. There's gonna be, again, like what I said earlier about that sense of like fulfillment here with the Ten of Cups. I feel like with the Empress, there's also like this nurturing and caring energy towards, you know, maybe people, or even like animals here. Like maybe some of you may work with animals. With the Six of Swords here, this is definitely a good sign that like things are going into like more calmer waters here. So like maybe in 2024 there was a lot of stuff happening, like a lot of drama, or just like maybe a lot of tension or just a lot of like hustling into something here. But with the Six of Swords, it's like you're finally gonna be able to move into something a lot more peaceful and a lot more loving with the Ten of Cups and the Empress. Maybe some of you are like kind of finding your soul tribe here, you know, with the Ten of Cups, like maybe people that you really resonate with, that you really care about, that you really love spending time with. You know, whether you've met them already or not. I'm just getting that sense of like you'll be able to, you know, spend more time with people that really align with your soul, in the sense of like the people who really make you feel good, you know, the people who really make you feel like just fulfilled and kind of at peace here. With the Eight of Pentacles here, I just see this as like a sign to keep going, to keep working on whatever you may be wanting to work on it with 2025, because it feels like with the Judgment here, it kind of feels like you're kind of on your way here, you know. And with the Six of Swords here, it's just like things are just flowing as it should. I don't really get the sense that you're trying to rush anything either. Maybe some of you may be a little bit worried about your work, in the sense of like, you know, maybe not necessarily overworking yourself. Maybe some of you may be overworking yourself, but with the Eight of Pentacles here, it feels like you are doing enough here with your work or with your school, or even like with the efforts you put into with your friendships or relationships here. It feels like you are doing good here. You are good enough here. And it's just kind of saying to keep going, you know, keep going. You're doing good. It's essentially what I'm getting. But with these like hidden figures here, like with the cloaks on and stuff like that, it could be that some stuff like you can't really quite see yet, in terms of like for example, you can't quite see what maybe the future is gonna look like in, for example, like a couple months or so into 2025. It's just kind of saying to just to kind of trust in yourself, to trust in your actions, especially with the Eight of Pentacles, because it feels like you're very capable here, and that some of you may be really hard workers here. But essentially just kind of like to keep going, to keep making your efforts, you know, and to you know, not focus too much on whether not focus too much on maybe the external stuff, in the sense of like maybe stuff that you see on social media, or like certain influences from friends or from family. It's just kind of saying that you do you, because it feels like you've got something covered here in 2025. And I feel like some of you are feeling quite intuitive as well. Like you just kind of know that that something's kind of changing here, and that there's something promising here. Now it's gonna be different for every one of you, what that may be. It could be like, you know, an opportunity that comes up here, you know, and maybe you can't quite see the end of something yet. But it's just kind of saying to trust, like trust with your intuition. We do have like the moon here, and the moon I always kind of like associate with like intuition, so it's like to trust in that and kind of just like let the wind kind of take you a bit, and to keep working on your stuff here with the Eight of Pentacles. Keep working on your dreams or your goals here. I feel like with the Judgment, there's also a bit of like mystery regarding of like anything specific that may happen, or like what exactly is gonna happen. But there's just like this sense of like fulfillment and love here, regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not. With the butterfly here, it feels like there is definitely like a transformation here. And I think with the Six of Swords, it also does kind of talk about transformation. So just kind of like trust that like maybe right now you don't quite feel like very fulfilled or anything like that. It's just kind of saying to trust that things will get better and that you are kind of like on the right path here. And like with the Eight of Pentacles here, I get like a bit of like an analytical side, or just kind of like a really like hard working energy with the Eight of Pentacles. It's just kind of saying to keep going, you know, to keep researching into something, or to keep like to keep learning, to keep studying, to keep experimenting with something. Because you know, this lady, she's got like different bottles here, and she's, you know, making a little potion here. So it's just kind of saying to keep going with what you're doing. And you know, even when you make mistakes here, you know, it's you'll learn from that, you know, you learn from that and you grow. So making mistakes is it's not a big issue or anything like that. Let's see what your other cards have to say. We've got here success, so that's nice. And we've got like the little sun here, and this kind of reminds me of a rainbow. So there's definitely success, and I think it makes sense with that Ten of Cups here. I think you'll be feeling really happy here in 2025. And I think with the Judgment card, it may be really scary to come out with the truth of something here for some of you. Like if you're hiding something or haven't quite said something here, it's just kind of saying that it may be really scary to face these things, but it's going to be very relieving for you once it happens. And you'll be able to go into something a lot more peaceful and a lot more loving, you know? And success will be kind of coming your way here. So let's see what other cards we have. We have Choose Love. You always have choice. Make yours with love. And we've got the number 21. So choices may be significant in 2025. Like maybe you'll be having to pick between certain things here. But essentially with Choose Love, it's just kind of like to choose the thing that really makes you feel fulfilled with the Ten of Cups, that really makes you feel happy, in the sense of like, it's not the stuff that gives you like temporary relief, you know, like with stuff like with pleasure, like stuff with like pleasure, or just like for example, like with really tasty food, or with like games, you know, video games and all like that. It's not saying that those things are wrong to indulge in or anything like that, but it's just kind of like, I get a little bit of that intuitive message of to look within yourself and kind of ask yourself, what are the things that just really give me peace here, that just kind of isn't really necessarily temporary. It's not like a high, like a strong high and then like a low right afterwards or anything like that. I think what's kind of easier to say is like, what are the things that kind of bring you peace here, and that you can just kind of sit with, and that things are really kind of relaxing, peaceful, and very loving here, where things just kind of feel nice. Like they just feel nice. Like there's no nothing too intense about it. I'm also getting the sense of like something that's unconditional, you know. It's like something that's like unconditional love, not really conditional love, where you have to do certain things and then only you get like this loving energy or anything like that. Like I'm not getting that sense of like it being conditional here. It's just kind of like the little things that kind of spark joy in you, that kind of bring you to life a bit, that kind of just make you feel at peace and feel like everything is right in some capacity here, or that everything just seems really nice, and that you kind of can just lay back and just enjoy the moment as it is. So let's see what your other cards have to say. we have demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. So we got 48. Demonstrate love. So if some of you are in a relationship here, I think kind of just like the little stuff of just showing your partner that that you care about them, that you love them, and it's gonna be different for every one of you. Like maybe some of you like to give gifts, or maybe some of you like to be physical with your partner. It's gonna be very different, but in however way you want to express it here, I'm just kind of getting a message of like just go for it. And I think with the judgment card here, it's also kind of like that message of just kind of being authentic and being true to yourself and not kind of trying to cover anything up because of like maybe for example if like you're ashamed of something here or afraid people are not going to take it well. It feels of just like expression could be one of the things that is kind of significant here in 2025. Just expressing how you feel, essentially expressing how you feel, no matter if you're feeling very sad or very happy here. It's just kind of saying to live in the moment and to kind of be authentic to yourself as well, and especially to those who you care about and who in turn care about you, because when they know how you're feeling, it's gonna be easier for them to maybe do certain things. Like for example, if you're feeling very sad or very upset at someone over something, when you just kind of tell them honestly how you feel, then they're gonna know about that thing and maybe they'll stop doing it. That's just like an easy example there. Or maybe they can like really make you feel better. So I'm just kind of getting that little message of like to not really bottle up your emotions here. It may feel like you're kind of alone here, but I think there are definitely like just there are people around you that really care about you, even if it doesn't seem like it. I think communication and also like your feelings as well is kind of highlighted here in this reading. But essentially just being true to yourself could really help in 2025. So this is the last card we have, and if you had a question coming into this reading, then this card will kind of answer it for you. You can take it as it resonates. This is just because it is a general reading. But yeah, let's see what the answer is. We got wait. So yeah, with the Six of Swords, I do get that energy of like there's no rushing into anything here, because it's like with the Six of Swords, you're going into calmer waters here, and not necessarily on the downside, but it's just kind of like things may be coming at a slower pace in 2025. I mean, I see like there's definitely movement here, but what I mean is that again, there's like a sense of mystique here. There's a sense of like intuition could be a really important role here in 2025. So there's a bit of like the unexplainable here, because even I'm not picking up much on this reading for you guys. But I think even with this wait card, it's just kind of saying to keep going with something here, and to trust in yourself and what you kind of have to offer here. So it's not really a clear-cut answer, but I think with the wait card, it could be saying that like maybe halfway through the year, for example, you'll get the answer to the question that you're kind of asking here. Or it's just kind of saying that halfway through the year, or maybe further along in the year, things will start making more sense. Like in terms of like, with work, with career, with like maybe relationships, with family dynamics. It's gonna be different for every one of you, but patience could be a little important thing here. Patience and just kind of letting life just kind of float by. Just kind of being in the moment and just trusting in yourself and trusting in the universe a bit is gonna really help you out this year in 2025. So that's all I have for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.